Okay, let's focus on the technology sector right now. Zensar is in focus. Yesterday was a market holiday. Zensar announced a strategic tie-up with Google for Google Apps, which is their enterprise business, for in-house services as well as for using it as a service for clients which they service at this point of time. Clearly, a big jump as far as Zensar is concerned. Let's pull up the stock just to try and see what the stock is doing right now. Technology stocks have been all over the place, but this kind of a strategic arrangement with Google helps Zensar to leverage its technology offerings as far as the manufacturing and retail space is concerned. The stock's up 2% right now. Let's bring in Ganesh Natarajan, of course, represents Zensar. Ganesh, thank you so much for your time. We had a chance to speak to Zensar yesterday. I'm going to bring you this recorded conversation. Ganesh talked about the broad contours of the deal with Google.
Okay, let me just back up and give you a little history of where we are. See, we started off primarily as an application development, application support company. In the last 5 years, we've built a very strong partnerships with people like Oracle, Microsoft, SAP in the enterprise space. And in the last 2 years, obviously, like everybody else, we've been asking a lot of questions in terms of how do we go from here to the cloud, to mobility, to social media, etc. And Google actually provides all the answers, because for many of our clients, and as you probably know, 65% of our work is in the manufacturing and retail space. Everybody is looking at building collaborative enterprises where they reach out even within their companies as well as to suppliers, dealers, distributors, etc. And they're looking for the right solutions. So for us, it's brilliant because Google is the best solution today, and the ability to partner with Google, become a systems integrator with them, and implement Google within Zensar as well as for all our customers is a brilliant opportunity. So I think we're very excited about it because it will substantially improve our go-to-market strategy and obviously add to revenues and bottom lines.
On the aspect of more strategic tie-ups with Google on several other initiatives, let's hear out what Ganesh said.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to give you the kind of mechanics of this partnership, Google obviously keeps producing products at an incredible rate in terms of the really world-beating products for the marketplace, whether it's in geospatial applications, whether it's learning technologies, and of course the entire applications of the Doc suite. So I think the opportunity for us is to provide consulting around that area, be their go-to-market partner in the sense that really working with new companies to understand the benefits of Google technology and help in change management. So what we are planning to do is train a large number of pre-sales as well as consultants who will make that happen. And going forward, we believe, obviously open source, Google, the cloud is the way that the whole world will move. So I think having a very strong partner like Oracle, like Google, will really help us to scale this market substantially. So I think you're right, it starts with the manufacturing and retail. It starts pretty much in the Asia Pacific, but given what we are trying to do together, I think the opportunity to build a position of leadership in the cloud space is very much in front of us today.
On the aspect of what kind of clients would they now be looking to ramp up and the deal size, Ganesh sounded extremely confident that the size of the deals would improve substantially.
See, right now, if you look at typical retail requirements, people are setting up stores all over the country, so they want to integrate both their supply chain in terms of wherever they procure from, the point of sale systems in the stores, and also into supplying, for instance, multi-channel retailing where people can actually buy on the internet, buy through mobility solutions, etc. All that is there. So one of the solutions we're definitely pursuing is building a complete end-to-end platform using Google technologies where this can be serviced. Similarly, if you look at manufacturing, we're already in the process of building out cloud-based solutions for many of even the Indian customers, where they're looking at their tier 2, tier 3 suppliers coming in through a cloud platform. So let's say a very small supplier having access to the production plans of the OEM, being able to supply, deliver just in time. So really building what we call full exchanges. An exchange which connects up the supplier to the tier 1 as well as the tier 2 and tier 3 suppliers. And I think Google as a collaborative platform will enable everybody to have the same dashboard, to share the same data, and have access to whatever delivery and dispatch information is required. So these are some of the applications in the MRD space we're building. We're also building applications in the other spaces. For instance, one of the most successful low-cost airlines in Australia is a client of ours. And there we are giving all the pilots literally iPads and dashboards where all the horrendous forms they used to fill up maybe 2 years ago, everything is being replaced by collaborative applications. So they have access to all airplane flying data. the flight becomes safer, it becomes more just-in-time information. So literally, I mean, imagine any area where you're looking at faster, better, cheaper, just-in-time information, and I think this solution will enable that to happen. So I think the opportunities are mind-blowing, and we will also continue to explore as we go along.
After much pressure, Ganesh also decided to talk about the fact that the deal size that they are currently pursuing and the deal size which they would be pursuing in the future would see a sea change.
See, initially, to answer your question, it will be smaller deals because people are putting their toe in the water as far as cloud computing is concerned. So initially, we'll work not only with very large OEMs, who will want to integrate their SME suppliers, etc. to that. So I mean, that could be, as small a deal as maybe a 6 crore, 7 crore deal in India, or maybe a couple of $1 million overseas. But as you go along, and as this becomes almost the Bible of collaboration, where people will want to move everything to the cloud, using hybrid clouds or private clouds, I think you'll find that we become the go-to partner of choice for everything to do with IT, because people are getting more and more used to the concept of replacing CapEx with OpEx. So they will use external solutions rather than internal solutions, get away from version control and upgrades and maintenance, etc. So we become automatic systems integrators who will help them to outsource their entire IT. So as we go along, I wouldn't be surprised if this results in multi-crore, multi-hundred crore deals, because that is the opportunity in front of us to do a complete outsourcing using the cloud and become the consulting, training, change management partner.
We also had a chance to speak to Doug Farber, the MD of APEC Enterprises at Google. Doug spoke about the scope of alliance with Zensar. Is it purely beyond the business purview? Does it also extend into various other initiatives?
Sure. We're excited to have the strategic partnership and relationship with Zensar. It is a relationship, number one, of adopting Google Apps across our organization, 6,000 employees worldwide, headquartered here in India, but distributed across the world. We've also signed, as part of this agreement, a strategic relationship around reselling and systems integration work. IT services and business process outsourcing are Zensar's core competencies, and they're great complements to Google's product and innovation engine. And we're excited about the potential and the possibilities of taking our respective solutions and our products and our capabilities together to market, particularly here in India, where we're seeing huge uptake of Google Apps and Google's other enterprise solutions like geospatial or search, but we're also looking at other opportunities around the Asia-Pacific region.
Mark also talked about the possibility of tie-ups with more organizations in India to take their enterprise business forward.
Sure. Well, Zensar in particular, we see their specialty in manufacturing, retailing, and distribution. Those are sweet spots that we see in the market. We have relationships with other integrators and other resellers around India, companies like TCS and Wipro, Cognizant, Team Computers, Media Agility, and the rest. In particular, we foresee specializing in MRD with Zensar. Again, that is an area of their expertise, and we see particularly ripe opportunities in the retail segment, for example, providing end users with strong collaboration, communication, mobility solutions, in manufacturing likewise, distribution. So that's just the first area that we'll focus, and we fully expect to expand from there.
Doug also talked about the possibility of expanding their operations in the Indian market. India still is a very attractive market for Google.
Difficult to quantify. The market here in India is massive and growing very, very quickly. Google Apps worldwide at the moment has 4 million companies using the applications, and at the moment 5,000 companies are getting onto Google Apps every day. India, as an IT market and as an economy, is growing fast, if not faster than just about anywhere else in the world, and we foresee the rates of growth here to be even faster than what we're seeing elsewhere. Hard to put a direct number on it, but again, the application services market and also the communication and collaboration markets are massive in the billions of dollars, and we hope to get a good piece of those with our partnership.
Managements of Zensar and Google spoke to NDTV Profit on their tie-up, an exciting opportunity for both the companies to leverage their business potential in various areas. So we'll take a break right now, but just to remind the viewers of NDTV Profit that the contest Search for India Stock Market